we invite guests to come by and get high with us here in Nevada's original Cannabis Lounge. So let's get into it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the NuWu Sessions podcast. We are back at it with another one. I'm your host, Tom Nieves, and I'm sitting here with my man, Rudy Gonzalez. How you doing today, brother?
Pretty good. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. How you doing?
Bro, I'm glad to be sitting here with you, man. We've been working on this episode for like a long time, and I'm glad we finally got it together, and I'm excited for everyone to see this. So thanks for making it happen, brother.
No, I appreciate you. Universe got us in, same time, brought us together. So this is another thing. Universe did. Got us at the right time.
Right place, right time, right?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So for those who don't know, Mr. Rudy Gonzalez is the sales manager for Storz Bickel, who produces the infamous Vaporizer, the Volcano Vaporizer, which is celebrating 25 years this year. So very excited to talk about their products and get into all that. But let's start by introducing our drinks here. We're sipping on some Blue Dreams, a little 5 milligram microdose, start the day off right here. Let's get a cheers in, brother.
Cheers, definitely, yep. Feeling a little parched. Hydrate.
I've been waiting for this drink. Oh, man.
Oh, you need one of these, please. This one. Blue Dream, first one. Choose your own on the second one, but please, Blue Dream.
It's like a island vacation in a cup, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah, rock and roll. Awesome. So, well, let's get into this. We're going to get her started. Before I dive into the usual stuff, let's go ahead and start off and let you guys know who Storz Bickel is. So, Storz Bickel is a German-based company specializing in the design and manufacturing of high-quality vaporizers. Founded in 2002 by Marcus Storz and Jürgen Bickel, the company has been at the forefront of vaporization technology, emphasizing medical-grade precision and innovative design. On today's episode, like I said, we're talking to Rudy Gonzalez, the sales manager for him. But before we dive into you, brother, I want to tell the story of how we even got this started, because Rudy was the first person I ever met from Volcano. I have been an avid Volcano user since... 2013 is when I bought my first one. I think I fell in love with the device probably like 2008, 2009. But I was sold the first time I tried it, and I've always been a fan. Pinched my pennies, got one in 2013, and I used it exclusively for 5 years. So Rudy came in, NuWu, like a year and a half ago?
A little over a year and a half ago, yes,
yeah,
sir.
Dude, I just walked into work. I was like half awake. I'm not even caffeinated. I'm walking in, and up at the front desk, they're like, some guy from Volcano is here to see you. And I was like, dog, I don't take meetings this early. I'm like, I'm not ready for this, but it's Volcano. Okay, let's chat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that was the first time meeting, and lo and behold, with our powers combined, we made the partnership happen. So that was my perspective on meeting you and kind of getting the relationship started. But for you, if you want to tell from your perspective what the NuWu and Volcano collab look like from your eyes.
Man, so thank you. I would love to share this. So in my eyes, very, very grateful that NuWu allowed us to be a part of the first cannabis consumption lounge in the state of Nevada. That was very, very huge to us, something that we were looking to do. So that was on my board. Catching Tom and management, they're very, very busy because they're running an amazing establishment here, providing an amazing experience. So they're busy, but respectfully, professionally busy. And you have to come in and honor their time and respect their time. But I was doing my due diligence because I felt we needed to come in, present ourselves, and let them know that we'll be here for you guys. So I caught Tom that morning, walking up the stairs. He was like, I'll be back in about 15 minutes. And it was amazing. It was cool. And I was lucky to have a Volcano waiting for him. The team, been great. Management, Veronica, Yaya, Tom. You guys believed in me, but most importantly, you guys believed in our product. So I think our brands really work well together, and we're just getting things started.
100%. Like I told you that day when we first met, like I said, I've been a fan for a very long time. I'm like, it's not a matter of my opinion wanting it on the shelves. Just got to make sure the stars all align. And we met at a Champs trade show probably about a year ago.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? We got the teams together, and we shook the hands and we made it happen. And I got to say, like I said, as someone who's been using it forever, I'm stoked that we have an option like this in the lounge, just because you guys are the number one vaporizer in the world, and I think everyone who's tried it knows it. And we always try to align with excellence. So glad to be making the partnership work, and glad to be talking about it. So
oh yeah, no, it's cool. We walked in last night. We had some friends and some guests over, and there's Volcanoes on the table, bags being blown up. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So
yeah, right.
Having you guys as a partner is been amazing, and wait till we see what we got coming.
Yeah, right. We're just barely getting started. Well, hell yeah, brother. So let's talk about you. So how did you first get introduced to the cannabis plant?
Oh man, so At a young age, about the age of 15, 16, got introduced to it. Born and raised in the city of Chicago, Illinois. So over there, the plant wasn't as out in full force in those times. But the legacy and all the lore that California had to offer, we heard. So when I knew I was moving to California, I was like, oh, wow, okay. But what that did is just paired with kind of what I was doing. We were at a young age, hanging out. Everybody was just adapting to the times that we were in. And with that, the plant just provided itself for us. So the cool high school little 420 excursions, you know what I mean? Cool little lunchtime trips and stuff, kind of kicked it all off. But what worked for me really well was it paired with music. I started DJing at a very young age. So music and the plant, I think, go hand in hand together. So
100%.
Push my creativity.
Nice. No, that's a beautiful story, man. They're definitely very similar background myself. I'm coming from Kansas City, but Midwest, you know, they didn't like the weed back there back in the days. You know what I mean? Not very. We were still very much in the closet, so to speak. But around what year did you move to California?
Oh, it was 1996.
Okay.
Graduated 8th grade. My mom's all, you're on your way to California. You're not going to high school out here. Everything's prepped and ready for you guys. We'll meet you.
There you go.
Yeah, my mom sent me and my brother out here. Took a really cool flight. My mom and dad drove cross country, met us, and yeah, been here since 1996.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that's a big, I guess, cultural shift. You know what I mean? Again, coming from Chicago to the West Coast, but I mean, 96, man. That's still a few years into kind of just cannabis reform. You know, California was always at the tip of the spear, so to speak. You know what I mean? Just regarding cannabis reform. So yeah, good time, right?
No, it was cool.
I imagine. I mean, coming into Cali at that time, I'm sure there's still, it's like, oh, look how accessible it is here compared to Chicago, even in the 90s, huh?
Oh, it was crazy. It was lunch and it was the plant. You know
There
what
you
I mean?
go,
So
right.
it's like you got your pizza and fries, and
There
then
you
you
go.
had your, you know what I mean, your excursion. Like,
Gotta
hey,
pack those veggies, right?
let's get back before class starts.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So are you still an avid cannabis user to this day?
Oh, yes, I love it. The benefits that it provides me is something that I believe in. It's the only medication that I truly believe in taking daily.
There you go. Hell
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
So you got any like favorite go-to strains?
Oh, man, yeah. Currently, I really love the old school strains. But if I have one go-to, one pick that I'm going to consistently go to, it's Gary Payton.
There you go.
Love the guys over at Powers Up. They're amazing. Love what they're doing. But the Gary Payton strain does a lot for me. Gives me that nice sedation that I'm looking for, but
Right.
also that creativity. So
Yeah, right.
Gary Payton's my go-to.
Get you where you're trying to go,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Hell
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. What does a typical session look like for you? If you're just like, you know what I mean, it's a Monday, done with work for the day or whatever, coming home to unwind, what does that look like for you?
Oh, yeah, shoot. So I kind of get unwinded before work starts.
Yeah, exactly. After work, right?
Yeah, no,
24/7, baby.
A lot of R&D, but our products provide a great experience. So a normal session to me, I really believe in our devices. So my Venty's a great go. I'm able to dose myself at a proper consumption, and I'm going to be able to duplicate that if needed.
Right.
So with our handheld devices, it offers a 0.2 recommended dosage. So with that, I'm comfortable throughout the time. I know if I need 1 session, 2 sessions. So usually within that 2 sessions, I'm comfortably right where I need to be. So cool little session looks for me. My Venty, Storz Bickel grinder, some fine cannabis, and I'm good to go.
There you go, right? Everything you need, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's the lunch packed, you know, ready to rock and roll, dude.
Stays
Hell
in
yeah.
the backpack.
Hell yeah. So what were you doing professionally before you came to work for Storz Bickel?
Oh, man, great question. So I was lucky enough to be recruited. I was over at Red Bull.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah,
What were you doing over there?
Oh, man, we were rocking. Yeah, selling a lot of Red Bull.
There you go.
New innovation, a lot of, I don't know if you guys seen the Pac-Man can that came out a long time ago.
Mhm.
We launched that one.
Nice.
We had the Ninja can that came out. So just a lot of marketing and sales. But yeah, revenue's key, but we're doing some really cool things at Red Bull.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's, I guess, I don't know. It's still like an iconic brand, but you're right. I can imagine the culture's probably quite a bit different coming from Red Bull to Storz Bickel German engineered vaporizers. Huh? What was that like for you?
Oh, 100%. So for me, really full circle. So starting at a young age, I was able to gravitate and see what the benefits of the plant had to offer me.
Right.
But also I was able to take that skill set and I was able to transfer over into the corporate world, which I guess they would call it.
Mhm.
But to my day-to-day still was the same basis. The plant was still largely a part of it, but I was able to utilize and grow my skill set. So taking it back to that full circle, I was able to utilize that skill set that was sharpened in the cannabis sector. So for me,
Gotcha.
it was a full circle. It was just
Yeah.
amazing, dude.
Yeah, right place,
It
right
touches
time.
me because like, how did I get back to the plant to do what I'm doing today. It's a dream job.
Hell yeah, dude. No, absolutely. Was there like a moment or a story that you kind of had that like aha moment to be like, dude, this is the industry I belong in?
Oh yeah, definitely. The opportunity. So it wasn't Storz and Bickel that was presented to us.
Okay.
So I was at Red Bull, super happy, killing it. Me and my team driving sales, breaking records and stuff. But it was just that plant was still part of my natural day.
Right.
Got a phone call one day. They're like, we want like to launch a CBD product. Have you ever heard of Martha Stewart?
Interesting.
And I was like, you mean the cool lady that hangs out with Snoop Dogg? So with that, Canopy Growth had a CBD program that they were rolling out. They recruited some of us across the country, grew that. We turned that into B2C online, and we had a next meeting. They're like, have you ever heard of Storz and Bickel?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I like where this meeting's going.
Hell yeah. Yeah, right. You start with like, okay, we're treading lightly, we're on the CBD sector or whatever, but then you bring up like just a notorious, like an infamous brand. You know what I mean? You say that's a cool opportunity, right?
Yes.
And like you said, full circle moment, right?
100%. So I knew what that $500 price point Volcano Classic was in 2000 on the shelf. I was like, man, that is a dream. But years later to see it come, and I was like, wow, I'm gonna be a part of this. That's my full circle right there.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, I mean, I do want to start taking a deep dive into the brand and the lineup of products. But before any of that, you know what I mean? I wanted to first, in your words, I wanted to ask, just for the viewers who are watching at home who might not be familiar, in your words, what is the difference between combustion and vaporization?
Oh, man, lifestyle. We're not trying to force anything upon anybody, but it's really like we have something to offer to maybe partake in your lifestyle that you can enjoy the benefits from.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. It's definitely like a healthy alternative, and I think most people would get it from the jump. You know what I mean? I was doing a little search because I'm like, okay, well, like, what does Google say when I ask that question? And according to Weed Maps, the way that they're describing it is vaporization produces fewer carcinogenic compounds. It's not. I'm not a scientist. Than combustion, and may even help eliminate toxic and potentially carcinogenic compounds. So definitely cleaner, healthier, especially on the old lungs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
very true.
It's probably a good segue to maybe start trying some products and maybe turn it up here a little bit.
I would love to. I would love to try. Also throw in there for those that might have never heard of us. We are the only medical device in the world.
100%.
Yes.
That's a huge flex right there, man. That's definitely something to be bragging about. Let's
something that ties me to the brand and something that I like to offer and share as much as information and educational that I can with the fans.
Absolutely. Well, let's try some of this. I got Veronica here with our table package. We got some flour and all types of goodies.
Hello, Veronica. Good to see you.
Awesome. Thank you, Veronica. Appreciate it. So we got some culturing cannabis flower here on the table. We've got a few bags here for the Volcano right on display. We do have the classic, and then we got the hybrid right here, warmed up and ready to rock for us and everything, if I remember correctly. Nope, not quite. It'll be there in a second. But yeah, man, to get started, what do you think? We want to just load some bags?
Yeah, let's go. We'll get the S&B grinder. Less than 45 seconds to heat up time. Very optimal.
There you go. 45 seconds.
45 seconds, that's it. So
that's a flex, okay.
One of the hugest differences, if there is a difference between the classic and the hybrid, is heat up time. You're going to get that same great vapor quality. It's just what do you need for your day.
Gotcha. I mean, what's the heat up time on the analog?
That takes about 4 to 5 minutes.
Gotcha.
But it gives you that precise classic, that
especially
1999, 2000 feel. Yeah.
That's cool.
Nostalgic.
But then the hybrid's 45 seconds. That is quite a difference between the two, huh?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. We try to innovate. Is something that we always try to push forward.
Yeah.
And we want to be cognizant of people's time.
100%. Like I said, I've had one of the classics since 2013, so I'm very familiar with the analog style here. The hybrid, the new hotness, I'm still learning, but we're gonna dive into this one here. Look, we just turned it on; it's already up to temp. So, to your point, rocking and rolling. So here, let's get it, bro. So, here, man, we'll grind up some weed, and while we do this, brother, can you share the story behind Storz and Bickel and how the company first got together?
100%. So, about 25 years ago, a little over, Marcus Storz was hanging out, experimenting, and he's all like, is there a way that we could heat cannabis without combustion? Figuring it out, tinkering, doing some things. Next thing you know, Vaporization was born.
There you go.
So it's super cool. Air-driven vaporization was just grown out of the imagination of them. The medical aspect was part because they had friends that had multiple sclerosis. So that's where the medical came from at the beginning. So
Gotcha.
they had that friend in mind, and they wanted everything to be of ease, so that way there was no complications or
Right.
to be intimidated. So that's where the medical aspect came from, and the certification. But with that growing, Jurgen came. Jurgen was an engineer, seeing what Marcus was producing, and they together just, one, made an amazing product, but two, an amazing brand. So with that, they were able to go global, infiltrated the US market, which I think was a big kickoff for them. But also, if we take it back to the legacy and to the stories that we're accustomed to, the Amsterdam days.
Okay.
I've always heard that there was Volcano classics in those lounges. Jurgen was out there on
Makes sense, though.
Yeah, he
Proximity,
was
right?
proximity. He
Yeah.
was on the ground, South Africa, in the Europe countries, just pushing the product. Made its way into the United States, and after that, once people try it, I think they believe in it.
Yeah.
And then
I
they
agree with that,
understand
yeah.
it, and then they see that what the concept is. And with that, I think we just grew with the times. And
Yeah.
through the 25 years, they ask how. And I was maybe just being the most consistent. That's what I liken it to, because you're going to get that same great, consistent quality experience time and time again. So that's kind of what they did right there.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I do think it was like the perfect storm, like you're saying, the right place at the right time. So when they're starting in the coffee shops in Amsterdam, that was like in the early years of Volcano. So I mean, consumption lounges were kind of always part of the model.
Yes.
But now basically the states have kind of caught up.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what it sounds like. Huh?
Yes. So they did the desktop model, and then throughout the years, the handheld models came throughout. So that's where it became a little bit more accessible, a little bit more global. People
Right.
were moving around. Hey, what's that in your bag? But
Right.
with that, they always had the classic. The Volcano was always a staple on the shelf, on the counter, on the
Right.
table somewhere. So
Something stationary,
Been
but that's
cool.
like that's the home piece right there,
yes,
right?
not too
Oh,
much
yeah.
has changed. So
Yeah.
that's how you know they built something great a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. With the more updates and changes you make to your product, means you're kind of showing your hand a little bit, right? And I mean, I think, like I said at the top of the show, I think I was first introduced to the Volcano Vaporizer. That had to be around 2008, 2009, and I remember just being like blown away. I was like on tour with some friends, and we were staying with a homie who had one. He had one of the old classic analog ones like on his mantle. We were just like loading bags. I'm like, I've never felt this high in my life. I don't understand this. This is amazing. And I remember actually, because the next day we had an off day, and we were staying at his place, and he was at work, and I just like helped myself to the Volcano. I'm like, I don't even know how to work this thing, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? And I loaded up a bowl and did a bag, and I was like, I was high for the entire day. I was like the first time I ever like waked and baked with a dry herb vape, and I was just like, just the experience and just like the full spectrum body high and everything that you're gonna get through
Yes.
that. It was like my first time experiencing it. I remember again, like first time trying it, I was sold, and you know, it was years later when I actually became one. But like anyone I talk to, I'm like, if we're talking on the subject of dry herb vapes, like cool, there's little box ones and all the other ones, whatever. But I'm like, screw all that. Have you tried a Volcano?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's. I think they knocked it out of the park from day one, and I'm glad you guys are here trucking 25 years later.
No, thank you. Yeah,
Let me grab that grinder. We'll load this up.
No, hands down, very, very different. You can't inhale the difference in the vapor. We like to highlight the flower, because I think the devices and the flower go hand in
100%.
hand together. So all those quality brands out there growing amazing flower, we love what you guys are doing.
100%. I mean, speaking of, let's talk about the flower we're looking at right here. So we got some, what is this? Culture Kush from our friends over there at Culture and Cannabis. Shout out to the boys over there.
Thank you.
We're just looking at the Culture Kush here, looking at 30% THC, a nice caryophyllene, limonene, and linalool profile. So looks like this is going to be getting us nice and stony baloney here.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look at that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Let me
gonna
see
grind
that.
some up,
Yeah. I heard that limonene in there. That's usually my go-to right
There
there.
you go.
So
That
this is
nice,
perfect.
happy high.
Oh, yeah. Stay creative.
So
this
how
is
is
amazing.
I mean, in all the years, like I said, we're celebrating 25 years, but how has Storz Bickel like managed to maintain the position of being the #1 dry herb vape?
Man, I think staying in tune with his core fans.
Okay.
And then growing and educating out there, producing a great product, making it accessible across the globe. But with that, we just want to stay true to the community and the culture. Not trying to do too much, staying within our realm, but also pushing it forward. The vapor category is growing huge in my eyes, huge. Everybody's dabbing, everybody's vaporizing, but also we love the nostalgic of the cannabis plant. So I think with that, we just able to push forward with innovation. We have great products to represent, but with that great product, they speak for themselves. So my job is very, very easy. Sales manager, that's just my title, but our products really sell themselves.
100%. That's a good way to look at it. If you can't stand behind your product, you know what I mean? What's the point? But I think you guys, again, like I said, you know, you're starting strong. You've always had an exceptional product. But to the point you just said, like, I mean, the market share for the dry herb vape, I feel like it's growing every year because we're seeing as, you know, we're pushing prohibition more to the wayside, and cannabis culture is becoming more and more accepted. And you're seeing older users, disabled users, you know, anywhere in between, finding like, okay, like you were saying, if there was a friend with MS or something like there's definitely medical value to this. And I think you would definitely be in a minority if you're one of the people in the country who doesn't believe that. True. But as that happens, you're going to get more people that are like, what's a healthier way to do this? Obviously, like, I can always smoke a joint, but is that going to be good for me long term? What are the healthier ways? A lot of people like edibles and things like that. For me personally, though, I love edibles and all of our brands. As a user, I just can't do it regularly. It just makes me too sleepy. I can't get anything done on that. But like I said, I mean, you can still get a nice full body high, you know, with the dry herb vaporizer without like taxing your lungs or actually smelling like smoke, especially if you're worried about, you know what I mean, just appearances or just smelling like smoke and things like that. I think there's definitely that market share is just going to grow more and more year over year, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and I think you hit it on the head. Speaking on the market share and individuals that throughout their day that they're not looking for that normal, does he have a pipe in his pocket? Does he have a lighter on him? Is somebody moving in and out of the boardroom, in and out of doctor's offices? Moms picking up their kids, not wanting to be in line. We provide a certain aroma, not a smell is what I like to say. And with that aroma, it's a good aroma because it's from the herb. Yeah. So that's what you actually, I believe, the natural plant produces versus a combustion smoke.
Yeah, well, it's definitely more subtle. You know what I mean? To your point, if you're like, you know, picking up the baby from daycare, from school or whatever, and you just smoke the joint on the way, the parents are probably going to look at you. But if you got a Venty or you're doing some bags beforehand, I think that aroma, to your point, it's going to be so subtle that it's hardly anyone's going to know unless they're already in the know. Right? And then you're going to be like, gang, gang.
If you know, you know.
All right. Look at this beautiful bag we got here.
There you go. Give you that mouthpiece right there.
Let's get her started.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, man, that is a good flavor.
Man, that vapor looks great. That vapor looks great right there.
Perfect.
Man, exactly
what we're looking for. We got a couple bags too, so we can
just
really turn up here.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I know you guys got the, well, we got the party bag right here. That's, you know, it's funny you say that because as a longtime Volcano user, I have made more than a few party bags in my day. I used to have a 6 foot, 7 foot one just as a staple in my house. So you know what I mean. We had the homies over. I'm like, everyone gets in on this. We're packing in at least an eighth, and we're getting it. You know, so.
You guys, please come visit the lounge. They're gonna have a 10-foot bag this weekend.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Trust. It's gonna be super cool.
Champs Week. So let's talk more about the fact you said. What is it? We are a medical grade device, right? So what was it like building the first factory dedicated to medical dry herb vapes, and how do you ensure that medical grade quality?
Man, great question. That's something that I like to lead off with is how can we cater to you? And if they have something in their life that there's medical benefits, we could actually provide that in true details and facts. So having the only vapor factory in the world that we produce our own devices and accessories, that alone is something that means a lot to me. So I think that just ensures the trust in our fans. Each device is handmade by one individual at their station. So once that device is made, put together, it's put on a stand, going through quality control checks, passes amazingly, and then it's picked up by a robot and not touched by another human hand until it's shipped to Oakland, California.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh yeah, pretty cool.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, if you're worried about keeping it medical grade, right, you got to minimize the amount of touches, right?
So that too, and to touch one more thing is when you're in the medical field and instruments that are being used in the hospital, they don't have open source batteries. So one of the huge questions that I get is why aren't my batteries replaceable? If you guys are checking this out, I hope I could answer this for you guys. If you've been looking at it on Reddit or anything, our batteries on our handhelds aren't replaceable because once those batteries goes out, they would have to be replaced as a whole unit. The same process that happens inside of a hospital. So when that instrument's battery is complete at that use or something happens to it, that is part of the medical certification process.
It makes sense though. I mean, because again, when it boils down to cross contamination, it makes sense that you got to make sure you can protect that interest because That means so all Storz Bickel products, all the vaporizers, doesn't matter if it's the Venty, the classic, the digital, the hybrid, they're all medical grade.
So outside of the United States, you would get the Volcano Medic, you would have the Mighty Medic, and the Crafty Medic.
Okay, so is that just it's the same product, just a different name?
Exactly, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's a cool thing that I also like to highlight about our brand is once we federally legalize, it's gonna come. We're waiting and we're pushing and we're gonna be ready. But when you guys would like to come get our devices, you'll be able to get them with your insurance card.
Oh wow! Okay, man.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're in Europe, Australia, countries
That's
where it's
amazing.
legal, you can get our devices with your insurance card.
Wow. I mean, okay, and that makes sense as far as like the company, and again, like we're just saying, over 2 decades of being medical grade. What is the long-term play for that? Other than obviously, I mean, it speaks to the integrity of your brand, but that's cool because again, you're sticking with the patients. I do think, as in my opinion, here I've been in legal weed here in Nevada for 8 years now. I remember when it first was medical. I remember the culture. I remember the shift from medical to recreational, and I've heard the similar sentiments echoed in different markets. But you know what I mean. Once it becomes rec, it becomes 21 plus, becomes adult use. The medical stuff, unfortunately, kind of falls to the wayside because there's a much bigger market.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, taking care of the medical patients, that's a really awesome mission statement. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you guys are thinking like long term in that too. So for the people who really need it, like how do we make it accessible? Because it's not a cheap device, but it shouldn't be. It's an exceptional device.
Oh yeah, no, and going back to how you are highlighting, this is our 25th year.
Right.
So with our 25th year, that's something that we want to do is we want to celebrate our fans.
That's amazing.
So with that, you highlighting the medical, when you speak about the plant, that's one of the first things that came into it in the early ages, the early days. We'll take it back to the 96 to where that 215 prop in California was pushed across the country, and we're here today. But that ethos in our brand throughout the country, we won't lose. So I love what Germany's doing. We're going to replicate that here in the United States.
That's a beautiful mission statement, man. Thanks for sharing.
No,
That's really
guys.
cool, man. So
Hell
definitely, again, more reasons to support the Storz Bickel family of brands, and definitely try one out because this is getting me where I'm going. Look, we're already forgetting to smoke, and that's the point of the podcast.
I wasn't forgetting. I was just like,
he said, "Let's talk shop. Let's get it." You know. So I think we've established that Storz Bickel is an OG, here in the cannabis industry. But what made you guys really want to move forward into the consumption space? Obviously, it was a model in the beginning, but it's starting to spread here in the country. So, like, what was the deciding factor to kind of tackle that here stateside?
And I think that's just really the natural, organic move. It just goes hand in hand. There really wasn't something that triggered that thought process. It's just like, how do we innovate?
There.
Yeah, how do we innovate? When's the time going to be ready? When's it going to be accepted by the general public? And first and foremost, city rules, laws, regulations, we just wanted to be prepared when the opportunity arose. So with that, the consumption lounge aspect on the U.S. soil was huge, but with each state having their own legalities to it, we're going to fit into those, but strategically partner with the right consumption lounges. So that way we create an attraction. So that way when you go to Vegas, you're going to the Disneyland of consumption lounges. And we're going to bring you here. It's going to be 21 and over, family friendly. Right. That's what I mean by Disneyland friendly. But you guys are going to come here and get the good times and everything like that. So consumption lounges is just natural. Great space to really experience our devices.
I completely agree. I mean, I think going back to the whole to try it, you know what I mean? Like seeing is believing, you know what I mean? Trying it firsthand and experiencing the difference is what sells it. And getting that opportunity to try before you buy is huge. I know, circling back to when we first met, again, having been familiar with the brand, I was like, man, there's just no way that their interests are going to align with ours. You know what I mean? I didn't see it. I was just in my mind, I was like, this is an automatic no, it's not going to work. But when we started talking, granular about what the needs were on both sides. We're like, this absolutely seems doable. Like, what can I do to make this happen? Because again, I've been a fan of this product forever. So I'm glad you guys kind of keep it rooted in the culture, not just in like the medical side of things too, but just as far as the culture. You're right, cannabis lounges, that's how it started. I remember being a little, teenage stoner, reading the old High Times magazines about these like coffee shops in Amsterdam, and it was just like such a fantasy back then to be able to like smoke freely and openly like we are right now. So obviously it's going to be different stateside, but it's cool that you guys recognize that that's like part of the culture. There's always going to be a social aspect of the plant, so meet your new potential, meet your leads where they're at.
That's exactly it. Man, well, let's liken it to family, friends going out, hanging out. We want those parents, maybe they're accustomed to having their first drink. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's go out and celebrate our first bag together.
100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where the time age gap is. If parents are in the age to where their kids are of that age, turning to 21, and maybe might not be alcohol friendly or anything. And now we have that other alternative to visit, and it's a family friendly. That's consumption lounge aspect where you guys come in, hang out, be educated, but also the comfort level. So with us choosing our partners strategically, you guys have some of the best staff, hands down. I got to say that.
That's love, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. We take a lot of pride. We were the first to do it here in the state of Nevada. We were setting the part. Now we have some competition in the space.
I don't want to stop you. I don't want to stop you. Can you say it again for me one time? The first what?
The first consumption lounge here in the state of Nevada, the OG. That's us right here. Shout out.
I was here on opening day. We were hanging out right there at the booth behind me. Shout out to the Dr. Dabber guys. Hey, appreciate you guys. So I seen the vision from the beginning, and this is where we wanted to be.
Was that here in Sky High, or was that in the Vegas Taste Room days?
No, that was here in Sky High.
Sky High, cool.
So I was only, that was a legacy to me. Seeing everything on YouTube, what you guys were doing, I was like, you guys are kicking ass.
Hey, thank you, brother. Hey,
we can cut that off if we have to. But you guys were really just moving it forward. And it's like, hey, that's a space that I believe fits our beliefs. You know what I mean? And thank you guys. But yeah, what you guys have created up here upstairs, hands down amazing.
Oh, thank you. And I could feel that when we first met too, that I was like, this man's done his homework. He knows who we are and what we do and sees the value they're in. Because sometimes that's not all brands do. You know what I mean? But no, and thank you again. Glad that you were here for opening day, and we're here. What is it? Over a year and a half in, and just barely getting started, man. So
being first is huge because that means you guys were innovating. Kind of what we do.
Yeah,
so if you put the two together, that's where I see parallels.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. All right. So, I mean, now that we're talking about the growth of stateside lounges, you know what I mean? Do you guys see that becoming an important part of the overall business strategy moving forward? Is that going to be like a big piece of the pie?
100% huge. In the big local cities, there are a lot of big apartment buildings. Some of those apartment buildings have rules. You might not be able to consume. So we want to be able to provide that experience for you in your local area. So that's something that we targeted throughout the coast of California, predominantly placed, and then the biggest place to go and hang out, Las Vegas. So that's something that we game planned and we're strategically planning and building out. So with that, coming from Red Bull, we have an on-premise program that we want to roll out. And that's just something we feel that we owe to the consumption lounge partners to where we could help impact, but also grow the business. Yeah.
I mean, just like we were saying before we were rolling the cameras here about it, like, I mean, who could speak to your brand better than you and yourselves, and being boots on the ground and hands-on, with your strategic partners is only going to help them be more successful and just help the relationship, right?
Oh, yeah, because I like to view, like, those that invest in themselves, that's where I would like to go and invest in. So you guys have done a tremendous job. It's how can we lend support, because you guys have the fans, you guys have the foot traffic, you guys have people coming in, and with that, I believe it's not our job to just drop off our products. It's our job to help drive our products, to be here, educate, answer questions. But there's so much more that's to it. And thank you for saying that you guys see that, because that's really integral. We take pride in that. And it's like, how can we offer our support? Because our support doesn't just stop when we say hello or that email's ended. It's constantly thought about. Yaya reaches out, sends emails. Hey, we need this, we need that. It's my job to facilitate that, because you guys are doing so many vendors favors for letting us come on premise to you guys' location. First, I like to highlight that. With that, we should support you guys. So
yeah, man. I mean, and like we were saying before the show, man, we just want to match that energy. You know what I mean? Because that's how we try to do business as well. We try to lift up the people who are lifting us up, and we just grow together. So
hell yeah.
Well, hell yeah, man. So I mean, do we want to do round 2 here? We can do another one of these, or we can try something else. I think we got some rollies on the table.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Rollies. We got a Venty.
What do you think? We want to try the Venty?
Man, let's introduce the Venty.
I have not tried the Venty yet, so I would love, man. I loved it. So walk me through this. You guys just launched this in 2024, if my memory serves correct. And you guys won Best Vaporizer of the Year, right?
Man, we won a couple awards, actually. Please check us out on our website, Instagram. I think we just won the MJ's Best Handheld Vaporizer.
Okay, that's probably,
That was one of them. We got a couple other ones that were down there. Shout out to our PR team. Shout out to our German team. They out there killing it.
Yeah, I'm going to ground up some flour here. So how does this work? Walk me through it.
Man, so 0.2 dosing recommendation. So Venty, are you guys accustomed of ordering your coffees in the morning?
Oh, I mean,
maybe at Starbucks.
I can be a little bit of a Starbucks-aholic myself. I've been known to be down with the Bucks.
So when you're at the Bucks and you're like, can I get a Venty? That Venty stands for 20 ounce. So
okay.
I'm gonna start off on the cool little wordplay right here.
There you go.
So our Venty heats up in 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. Another flex there. Hell yeah.
A little bit. Also, our Venty has a 0.20 dosing recommendation.
Gotcha.
Yes,
so you guys
sir.
are playing with 2s on this one. You said let's get it right.
We're chilling.
Yeah.
We're chilling. But also, what's amazing on that is I like to highlight and talk about the airflow. So that was one of the
big part
biggest
of a portable.
innovations. Yes. One of the nice innovations that Jurgen and the crew came up with over there. So, for instance, our Crafty Plus, Mighty Plus, has a 10 liter per minute airflow.
Okay.
Our Volcano with the hookah whip attachment has a 30 liter per minute airflow.
Okay.
The Venty, can you guys guess?
Is it 20?
20.
Ah, damn.
20
that's
liters of
cool.
airflow
Okay.
per minute. So it gives you that nice flavor profile, that lung expansion that you're looking for.
Right.
What I call it gives me that volcano high.
There you go.
So
I mean,
if
the
you-
airflows, I was doing a little homework as we were doing this, you know what I mean, about convection, and it's about the fluid, right? You know what I mean? In this case, the airflow that is going to get you that robust experience that we're
Yes.
describing here. So that's cool. I wouldn't have even guessed like the terminology you're just using for the airflow. But
Oh, the
that's
Germans
cool.
are on it. Germans
Yeah.
are developing, and they very, very thought process forward. Yeah, no, they know what they're doing. Thank you guys, because you make my job easy.
Hell yeah, man. There's a good amount. We don't want to overpack her here. I imagine it's going to hurt the airflow.
No, that's a perfect indication. So there is a thing that I like to say. There is a such thing as too less and too much.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that's where that nice
So this looks like a nice
recommendation.
sweet spot right there.
Tom, you're a professional. You did that without even knowing.
See, I might have tried a few of their devices in the past. You know, I do. I'm an owner of a Mighty Plus, and I love it, and I use it often to this day. I literally used it last night. So I haven't tried the Venty. That's the new hotness. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited to get a firsthand look at it. It is definitely a smaller package than the Mighty Plus. It fits your hands. This what I always assumed the Venty was a reference to was, again, as a Mighty Plus owner, it's a little broader. Doesn't quite fit in the cup holder. But this would, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Very, very easy. Fit in your pocket, your backpack very easily, and I like the play on 20s. You know what I mean? That's a thorough product design. You know, like you said, German engineering. So, assuming it's like the Mighty Plus.
Yes, sir.
press and
100%.
hold.
So, no, you don't even have to hold. You just press. It's going to heat up. It's haptic. So, it's going to inform you in two ways. One is going to buzz when it reaches its optimal temperature that you have it
Okay.
set at. And secondly, the screen will change from its orange to the green.
Ah, okay.
So you
okay.
so you
Green
have
means
two
go, right?
notifications. Yeah. So what we're looking for here, 20 seconds later, we're ready. Pure flavor profile. The big vapor clouds are gonna come, but right now we want to highlight what those growers did for us. There's so much process that they went in. Months went into this flower right here. And that flavor is something that we like to experience at the beginning. The high and everything's gonna come, but it's the terpenes.
Yeah, I mean, those first few hits when you get the flavor, right as you're getting the boiling point for those terps, man. It's you definitely experience what the growers had to offer there.
Ooh.
And I hear what you're speaking to the airflow. You know what I mean? Like,
Nearly non-resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is my everyday. It's so comfort and easy.
Okay.
And that's something that me as a consumer would look for. Something that's not intimidating.
exactly.
Yes,
100%.
yes.
100%. No, it's an awesome device, man.
So what I like you to do on that one, let's click that super boost, the power button. Click that twice. Now we're gonna activate the next set of terpenes and essential oils.
Okay.
So that's something that I like doing with our product is I call it temp stepping.
Okay. I see we just increased it a little bit here.
Yes, right there.
Temp
So
stepping.
now that next flavor profile with the huge vapor clouds are going to come, but we're getting the second benefits of the other essential oils and terpenes that at a higher temperature point, they're going to activate. So that's what's so amazing about our product. There's so many great things, but it's really what fits into your lifestyle. For me is I get to experience a full spectrum of that flower that I'm going, and it's from the flavor to the experience,
100%.
and then I'm going to get the effects at the end. So that's
Yeah.
kind of what the device provides for me. So that's why I'm so closely tied to it,
Yeah.
besides being a part of the brand.
It makes sense too because you're gonna get the most out of your smoke. You know what I mean? As a longtime Volcano user, you know, you can run multiple bags. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you know, it's the flavor is gonna degrade, but you're also getting more the euphoria that you're
Oh, yeah.
mentioning. You know, but I would have never thought to, like, as you call it, temp stepping. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a gradually increase so you can get the most out of it in a shorter interval of time, you know, and get the most out of your product, right?
100%. And what's so amazing, you could utilize that technique with the bag and or on the go. So that's something that I like to offer and maybe educate our fans out there about, is which aspect of the plant do you like? Which aspect of the plant of the day are you trying to cater to? Because I believe we could fit into that. And if we can, I'll try to help educate, teach you the experience, and maybe that grows on you. But if not, there might be another vaporization process out there that they like. They might like dabbing, but as long as they're vaporizing, they're moving forward and I mean, a little healthy. You know what I mean? I don't want to just say we're the healthiest way, although we are. But it might fit in for their lifestyle at that right time.
Yeah, you want to meet them where they're at, you know? Yeah. And it definitely, I mean, I hear what you're saying. For me personally, again, as a longtime user, I've always felt that your guys' devices do a great job helping you make your weed stretch. You know, a little bit goes a long way.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, compared to if I'm just going to be rolling up big old like gorilla finger joints or something like that, I'm like, man, the 8's gone and just a couple of those, you know? But nursing little bowls like this, like I ground up way more flour than I needed just to load this bowl. You know what I mean? And I'm already pretty kind of.
Oh no, I'm feeling great. No, this thank you guys.
Shout out to Culture and Kush, my boys over there at Culture and Cannabis, dude. This is amazing. So, all right, so we've introduced the Venty, you know, which won the 2024 the MJs for best portable vaporizer of the year.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm sold on. I definitely see the growth from the Mighty Plus, but I like the Temp. Staggering?
Temp stepping.
Yes,
Temp stepping.
I was like, there's another syllable in there. I fucked up. See, the weeds working.
No, it's on me too. But how it works hand in hand is the efficiency and time, because you're able to get to that optimal temperature in a quick time. So I think that's how you're able to enjoy it even quicker. So with the new advancements with it, the new innovations coming, we're just trying to keep up with the times and always keep it moving forward.
That's amazing, dude. It's cool to see the growth. And I'm like a kid in a candy store here because, again, as being a Volcano owner since 2013, I'm like, cool, I'm glad to see the growth and see what you guys are doing and how you're making these improvements. And just glad to be here chatting about it. So, I mean, to that point, 25 years of the OG Volcano.
Yes.
That's a huge milestone.
Yes.
Congratulations. I mean, one, what's it like just being a part of that legacy? And like, two, do you guys have anything special to commemorate that milestone?
Oh man, so to answer first, it's amazing to be a part of it. To be a part of it is just something that I always be able to speak about. Dream come true. I didn't know what the dream consisted of, but it's kind of like, hey, I dreamt that. How did deja vu come true?
Man.
Yeah, so for me that is something that's going to be lasting, lifelong stories that I share. When I see Volcano when I'm 66, I'm gonna be like, I did that.
You said that's my shit. Let's go.
Yes,
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh man, aging myself and us turning 25. Oh man, hey. I don't know what to say, but to say be prepared.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Please be prepared. We're strategically partnered out there. We got some amazing things coming, and we're always working. Always working. And it's time. Time is key. So when that time comes, I want you guys to be ready. But you guys, rest assured, keep eyes peeled. You see this gold thing right here? Yeah.
Nice.
Jurgen and the team, you guys are amazing. 25 years, our fans are going to be congratulated. Thank you guys so much. And stay ready.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because I can't wait to see what those what's coming down the pipeline and just what you guys come up with next. Again, as a long-term fan, like I can't wait to see what the next 13 years look like, 25 years. You know what I mean? What's the 50? You know. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and it's also just beautiful to me because I've since we first met, and I'm hearing it today. It's like you can just feel the passion.
Yes.
And I felt the same thing when we met the team and everything there. You know what I mean? Like there's clearly. It matters. Just to your point of being like, cool, when I'm going to be, you know, in my 60s and I'm seeing a volcano, you're like, putting pride in your work is what's going to make that a satisfying, you know, move. So
it's hard to call it work.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth. Yeah. Cause what I do is I probably, like do this just out of fun. You know what I mean? Right. I'm DJing, but without turntables right now.
There you go. Right.
I don't know if people see it.
He's like, oh shit, I got a paycheck for that. That's cool.
Man,
right?
like I'm DJing out here on ones and twos, and people don't even know I'm walking around with turntables and records in my backpack.
There you go. Right. Right on, man.
Yes, sir.
So what role do you think that cannabis is going to play in just health and wellness over the next 10 years?
Oh man, everything. Health and wellness is key. Integral. Mental health, body health, relationship health, friend health. How can the plant integrate and help that?
Right.
If that could help in that way, and I think just the educational points, and then once you try it, you become a believer. And then when you're a believer, you're just a walking billboard.
There you go.
So I kind of just see myself as that, you know what I mean? Like, and not trying to incentivize or anything like that. I know sales manager is on my title, but it's really just pushing what we could offer. And if it works for you, that's what I want to be out here doing.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful, man. That's
Hell
cool.
yeah. No, thank
and
you, guys.
I feel it because, like, again, circling back to when we first met, I already felt like a Volcano billboard because I've been telling everyone I met, I'm like, yo, you want to talk about dry herb vapes, bro? You tried it. You know what I mean? But it's right, you know? Trying is believing. Seeing is believing. So.
Oh, yeah. No, we love passing out bags. You guys come check us out. Catch us at the right event. We pass out cotton candy filled balloons.
There you go. Said you heard it here first. Be on the lookout. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, do you guys have any like exciting new product innovations that we can let our viewers know about coming down the pipeline?
Man,
Anything?
great question. Yeah, with our strategic partnerships being at hand and at the forefront, we have some exclusivity things coming out.
Very nice.
I can't share that time, dates, situations, and all that. I can't. But just like Apple, when it comes out, we will speak about it. But I can let you know we have some exclusivity things coming out. Our fans, new fans, please be on the lookout.
Is there any channels or anything where they can follow you to make sure that they're staying, in tune with the updates as they roll out? What's the best way to stay up to date with Storz Bickel?
Let's see, our Instagram, at storz.bickel. And then our online presence. Please go to our webpage, storzandbickel.com. Everything is updated in real time, and you can check us out there. Our social media presence is heavily active, and they'll be releasing some things and some news and some cool pictures soon. Yeah,
definitely make sure you guys tap in on the socials. They got some really cool, well-engaging content. You guys actually have it's an embarrassment of riches how much stuff they have out there. So definitely make sure that you tap in with their website and their socials. And I mean, to that point, let's talk about the future and start wrapping things up. And this is a fun question, really, just for you, more interpersonally. So if you had a magic wand, you could change the world, and you could influence one major change about cannabis, what would it be and why?
Man, simple question, but so many answers. The most important one to me, though, is I would legalize cannabis so patients could get our devices with their insurance card.
There you go. Hey, and again, a beautiful mission statement right there.
Yeah.
We're on episode 42. I've talked to a lot of people, but I haven't heard a mission statement as powerful as that right there. So that's a good response.
And to all those fighting the battle in the times. I mean, I was lucky to be there, but it's cool to see it grow and evolve, and we just want everybody to be free from the plant. Experience the plant. So that's kind of, if one thing that I could have, it's just that, everybody to be free from that, but also move forward. Let's legalize it. I think it's just going to benefit everybody across the world.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and to that point, if you could give, some advice to the next generation of cannabis advocates and entrepreneurs, what would it be?
Education. Share education, conversation, community, and culture. Just harmonize those things together, and I think you guys are going to be in a great place.
That's everything.
Stick together. Friendly competition is needed in this world, but also I think we're here together. So if we could realize that, especially at a young age, keeping those core relationships and building upon them and creating a mission, but executing on it. So you guys, man, create them friendships, that community, and you guys execute on your guys' mission. And I think you guys are going to leave us in a better place than what we did.
Man, beautiful words right there.
Appreciate you.
Awesome. Well, guys, we're at the end of the episode. I wanted to give a big thank you to Mr. Rudy Gonzalez for being on the podcast. Again, this has been a long time coming, but this has been a really awesome episode, a lot of insight, a lot of wisdom. So thank you for being on here. Make sure that you follow the brand. I got it notated right here at storz.bickel is the Instagram handle. Check out the website, storz-bickel.com. You can get all your favorite Volcano products there, or you can get them in a NuWu.
I want you there,
get them
yes,
at a
sir.
NuWu near you. I almost got through it.
Hey, come try and buy a NuWu. Come chill, get Sky High in the Sky High Lounge, and then you can walk downstairs because you believed in the product, and maybe you'll be leaving home with it. We're here for you. Come check out the team. We're a phone call away, but be prepared for 2025. We're ready. We're going to have some of the coolest things, but they're only going to be experienced at certain locations, and you already know where we're at.
Beautiful. Well, hey, and to that point, make sure that you guys are following on the channels. Make sure you're following Storz and Bickel. Make sure you follow at NuWu LV on all the channels. And as always, thank you guys for watching, supporting this channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, comment, share with all your friends, and we will see you on the next one. That's been it for NuWu Sessions. We out.
Thank you, guys.
Yee.
Shit. Oh, my God. Okay.